Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the eCommerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your host, John Suder, Bart, Mroz, and Brittany Blackman. The eCommerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm located in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's eCommerce Minute episode 745.
In today's episode, Brandless is back.
A few months back, we reported that Brandless, the SoftBank-backed DTC experiment and eCommerce Minute favorite, would be shuttering operations. The budget chic seller of home goods and beauty products originally crumpled under a faulty business model and outsized expectations. But now, like a phoenix rising from Arizona, it rises from the ashes. The company has new leadership, but is bringing back many of the products and familiar prices that were on the site when it went dark in February. In contrast to its big launch back in 2017, Brandless 2.0 is launching at limited scale. It's offering a small selection of product bundles, including a collection of cleaning products for $180 that at publication time had just 99 units in stock. And within weeks, Brandless says it will list more than 300 products that were formerly available on the site. The company also plans to develop more smoothie blends, essential oils, organic lotions and creams, cleaners, and sanitizers. Brandless nighttime routine products, toothpaste, eye creams, and hand creams were some of its best sellers. The new Brandless won't require a membership, but shoppers will be able to subscribe to monthly shipments on certain products and get discounts of 5 to 10%. This time around, the company lacks the big industry names that led its first endeavor. Ryan Treft, the new CEO, is a digital marketing executive in Salt Lake City who has helped scale e-commerce brands like Koala Tree, an outdoor apparel and accessories brand. Treft said he was one of the very few people to even put in a bid to acquire Brandless back in February, and he was surprised when he found out he actually got it. Iconomy, the marketing firm where he serves as partners, provided backing along with Clark Capital Partners. After getting over the initial shock at the size of the company's inventory and data assets, Treft and a small team have been working nearly around the clock to get the site back up. Treft says he hopes Brandless can capitalize on the pandemic-driven surge in online shopping. E-commerce startups, particularly grocery names like Thrive Market, have boosted their user base considerably. But companies are still dealing with high costs, and consumers have begun visiting stores once again as states have allowed them to reopen. Here's some eCommerce Minute trivia. We have done 5 shows on Brandless.
Whoa.
We've covered them more than any other brand for some weird reason. Oh, except for Walmart.
That's because you and I like it.
That's because we like it. Yeah.
They better run us our check.
Yeah, where's my check? So if you go to the Brandless site right now, they're selling these bundles. A lot of them have already sold out as of this recording, and it looks like they're just blowing out all product. They're basically just probably in the warehouse going, okay, put this all in a box and sell it for $100.
Yeah. I wonder if they actually will be back. I mean, I got to say, public goods has been great.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. You're always raving about it. Bart's always sending me things in the chat. Look at this salsa I bought. This is amazing salsa.
Oh, it's just amazing. It's amazing. But like, they've definitely have like added a whole bunch of stuff to it, and it's good. I like it. It's on the same level. Like Brandless and them competed with each other, but I think public goods has definitely stayed around longer.
Brandless is quite a story. So what caught us was that obviously the name, because their whole mission was Brandless. You're not paying that marketing tax for a brand. What I mean by marketing tax is when you go to a shelf and you see a generic brand and you see something right next to it, you look at the ingredients and the exact same price, the price you're paying is for all the marketing that makes the label look good, and you see the advertisements and the billboards as you're driving down the road. Brandless didn't have any of that, so they were able to sell the same products that were organic and in sometimes many cases better than a branded price. And what they tried to do was sell everything for $3. We could see the writing on the wall that wasn't going to last very long. Then it was like, well, then it's $3 and $6 and $9. And then it was like, no, it's not $3 anymore. Or what they were doing is they took the things that were $3 and made the portion sizes smaller. Eventually they scrapped that. Then they moved into household goods. So they were selling like we have a bunch of the spoons, like the spoons used for cooking, things like that. Then they got into cookware. Then they made a complete pivot and started selling cosmetics. Then they got into pet goods and baby goods. Then as the thing kind of started to crash and burn, it was all CBD oil and like potions and essential oils. And it was like this weird sight. It's like you have a friend and then you don't see him in a couple years and you come back and he's got like weird tattoos and earrings and you don't recognize him. It's like, what happened here? And then the site eventually closed. I've always had good experiences with Brandless. But yeah, they really did go through a lot of weird iterations. But the original Brandless, we loved it because, again, the price point, the products were great. And they were doing this thing, I don't know what the amount was, but if you purchased a certain amount, they would donate money to a hunger cause. I'm not prepared for this. I'm embarrassed, but they would make a donation to a hunger cause. And it just basically just kept going from there. The great thing about it, too, was it was organic, gluten-free. It was all that, like, it had all the right buzzwords. I just don't understand. And I guess it was really just a pricing thing. And I hate to even say this, being that the place is called Brandless, but it could have been a marketing problem.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe consumers were a little confused. Brandless and the $3 is probably crap.
That's what I thought too. I mean, as cool as it is, and like, I guess as groundbreaking of a concept is to have your brand be called Brandless, I honestly do think it kind of came back to bite. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. They had a lot of problems with the profitability. They were switching fulfillment centers, migrating platforms, ditching categories. It got a little confusing towards the end. So here is our vote for Brandless 2.0. We're going to check back. We'll come back in a couple months after this thing officially launches. If you go there now, there's a couple bundles for sale, but nothing really meaningful to look at. Bundles are $100 each, and all the good ones are sold out. There's cooking bundle, baby bundle, bundle for him, bundle for her, cleaning bundle. The cleaning products were good. Now they have this one Brandless bundle, which is a bundle of all kinds of stuff. But it's probably a good deal. You know, if you look on this bundle,
yeah,
it's $100 worth of product. It's probably, if you add it all up, it's probably pretty good. All right, we don't really have any big stats on Brandless. Actually, we have one stat. In September 2018, more than half, 53% of Brandless online purchasers were new customers. That is interesting. They did have sort of a loyal following, but again, I think their Brandless brand worked against them. You guys got anything else?
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Brandless 2.0. Go Brandless. That's brandless.com. Now there's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow.
That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at SUMO Heavy.